Hey everybody, welcome back to my anime react channel. Today we're going to be watching My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 4. Last episode we had basically just Class A versus Class B kind of sparring against each other. We have both teams being able to use Hitoshi, the guy with a sound ability that's able to basically brainwash people into doing what he wants them to do. And at the end of the episode, he revealed that he basically has a new technique, which this episode, of course, we're going to find out what that's about. But with that being said, though, let's get on to this episode. Find out exactly how our class uses Hitoshi's ability, and then maybe figure out a little more about what's going on with Deku. And I'll see you there. Alright everybody, here we go. Isn't it weird how this girl is technically naked under that? Like, she's not wearing anything. Right, I've been saying Hitoshi because that's his last name, but I guess we'll go with Shinso. Before the start of the first match. Okay, so he's explaining how it works. So he's only able to move one person at a time. That's a pretty limited ability. Another set. So he can give dual orders. Am I getting that right? He can do it to multiple targets now because he has his normal voice he'll use and then the modulator he'll use. Okay, that's what it does. That's even more impressive. So he can copy everyone's voice. Get the fuck up. Okay, is this a new ability from him? It's gonna be shocking. Yeah, that's gotta hurt. He's not powerful, so him getting knocked into that had to hurt. Pushing through the pain. So I guess that air bubble the air prison he put him in, even though he's nowhere near him now, stays for a while. Like, look at this. This guy's stuck in his too. What's the duration time of this thing? Any voice. Okay, so 2 powerhouses against 1. Wow. So he can make himself smaller? Wow. Get sent flying. Wow. I'm not even sure what happened. Is our first team about to lose? You're gonna bring him to jail too? Wow. Alright, at least they broke it down. So that's an actual solid object. He literally makes matter because it seems like it's just a solid substance. I thought it was condensed air, which would just evaporate, but this shatters like glass. So I'm not sure what's going on here. If that's just like a visual effect or if it's more than what they're letting on. Since they're the first team to use them, they're at a disadvantage because they really don't know what this guy is really able to do. And apparently he's not really battle-hardened, so he's slow on the uptake. He doesn't really know how to react off bat. Like, he has the initial reaction, but he doesn't know the follow-up. She just used the stuff she secreted to fake them out. Yeah, so she coded all 3 of them. So they don't know who's who, or he doesn't know who's who. She won't be able to capture them because they're coated in that slime. Those vines will probably just come right off. They'll be really slippery. So even if this guy grabs one of them, they might slip right through him. It stings a little though, huh? So an ambush might be even possible, or more possible. Wow, this girl is really incredible. To be able to create so many vines to go so far. How is he just noticing that? It's another one. Wow. Were they counting on something like this? He's able to focus onto the tracker. Wow. So basically he understood what was going on because dude just wouldn't shut up. Ah, he set himself up as bait so they could get close. Gaining a little bit of understanding and knowledge here. This might be a mock battle to the classes, but this is actual experience for him. And I mean, it's more experience and training for them too, but like for him, it's on a whole nother level. Did he get brainwashed too? How was this guy able to see through that? That actually probably really hurt. I never thought about her kicking somebody, but the power she has, he acknowledges his power. That's respectful. But even so, he's going against him head on. Donk! Tell me that didn't hurt at all. The other guy, they never used the term the Apoco Beast. He thought he was faking him out. Yeah, it wasn't him at all. Tsuyu really shined a lot here, I think. Like, she was the brains behind most of it. And she's actually pretty strong. Like, she's able to use her tongue to fling dude into him and knock both of them out. She's still brainwashed. I thought she was about to whip herself. I'm sorry, I don't see it. He has a cool ability, but all in all, it really didn't do much. Like, his ability faked out the beast guy, but it didn't do anything. It was still Susuyu and the others that did the work. Sorry, there's so many characters. I can't remember all of their names. Alright, everybody. a little bit of a recap on the episode. So we had Shinso basically working with the rest of the group, Susuyu, Kirishima, Kaminari, and Koda, to take out Class B's first team that they went against. Now, next episode, we'll probably have Shinso on Class B's side. So the experience that Class A gained from here will hopefully work against them. I'm not sure if in the series, if Class A actually comes out on top and wins the best 2 out of 3, or if it's vice versa and Class B actually beats them, or if something happens between then and, like typical, and villains show up and ruin everything, which wouldn't be shocking at all. But if they use him, I'm trying to figure out, basically, are they going to be able to overcome Shinso's abilities, or is Class B going to win out against him with him too? We basically also have him coming into himself a little more, gaining the experience he needs, getting the not only approval from the other classmates, but the recognition that hey, you're not as weak as you think you are. You're not behind us. You're either beside us or ahead of us for the most part. With his device that allows him to modify his voice and do other voices. See, because I had thought that it let him change it so he could use his own voice to subdue one target and then modify it a little to subdue a second target. But basically, he's able to subdue targets based on who's around. So if there were villains around, a group of villains, he could throw his voice off to sound like another one of them. I'm assuming he has to hear their voice first to maybe catch up another villain into reacting to what he says from that person's voice. Because that's a catch about his ability too, is that you have to react to his voice. You have to reply to a question from it before it takes hold. So if you don't say anything back, then it's not really that big of a deal. So Class A in this first bout did win out. So then the next episode we're going to have it, the next bout, and see how things go from there. Let me know what y'all thought of the episode, and I will see you all next time.